So I, Roberta, understand that I am undertaking an intensive guided encounter with my own creativity. I commit myself to the 12-week duration of the course. So as I was saying in another video recently where I talked about my summer plans and I gave a writing update, I just came out of a very big project. I finished the last draft of the contemporary fiction novel that I'm working on under the alias of Project East for this channel, and so I was making my plans for the summer, and I decided that since I'm just coming out of this big project, it would be a great time to do what I wanted to do for a very long time and never found the right time, which is complete the Artist's Way journey. So this book by Julia Cameron has been catching a second wind recently, and a lot of people have been talking about it, and I came to know it. And basically the aim of this Artist's Way, which is, you know, a journey of 12 weeks, so 3 months, is to really unblock creativity. Now for me, I don't feel like my creativity is blocked per se at the moment, but because I just came out of this big project, I feel like there is a need to refill my creative well, get new ideas, browse into my mind a little and see what comes out next. So yeah, this is why I wanted to do it. So I only heard a few things about this book. I read a bit online, I watched a few videos, so there are a few things that I know already, but hopefully I didn't spoiler myself too much. So I wanted to share with you where I am at the moment with this book and what I know about it. So I know that there are 4 main blocks that constitute the Artist's Way. The first thing is the morning pages. So these are 3 pages that you're supposed to write first thing in the morning, write by hand, long form, and the purpose is to be a sort of meditation, like a brain dump in a less classy way, to just get your thoughts out on the page and unblock your hand and start writing. So this is the first block. The second block is the artist date. So every week you're supposed to take your artist self out on a date. You're supposed to do it alone, and you're supposed to, anything counts, anything is fine. A walk on the beach, you go to a museum, anything works, but the purpose is to refill this creative well. So the idea is that our creativity works by images and associations. So the more we expose ourselves to the outside world, to other people, to galleries, nature, we start to refill this imagery of creativity that we can draw from. These are the 2 main blocks. Then there are pages to read. So there are chapters in this book that follow the 12 weeks, and you're supposed to read them. She says to read them on Sunday night, but you can do it whenever really. And then the 4th part is exercises. So there are a bunch of exercises and tasks throughout the book, and you don't need to do them all. Julia Cameron says to pick the ones that you like the best and the ones that you hate the most, and skip the ones that you're neutral about, because usually the ones that you feel more resistance towards are the ones that you actually need the most. So these are the 4 blocks. It seems quite straightforward, but when I was reflecting on what could be some of the preparation that I need to do for this before I start this book, what could be the obstacles, I identified 4 potential issues that I would encounter, and I'm trying to find a way to get ahead of the curve and try to prevent them. So the first one is that, of course, the Artist's Way is a daily commitment. You're supposed to commit about an hour every day to it, so it's not too much, but yeah, it's something that you need to plan in your day, I guess. For me, because I am the most active early in the morning, especially before work, I get really tired by the end of the workday, and in the evening I'm a bit like I just wanna chill on the couch and maybe read a book, but not much else. So I'm gonna dedicate 1 hour before work, probably 6:30 to 7:30 a.m., something like that. I want to say 6 to 7, most probably I will need a few minutes to get out of bed, so 6:30 to 7:30. I will try to make that my daily commitment to this book. And then also for the artist date. So that is a big of a longer chunk of time that you're supposed to dedicate to yourself. So I'm thinking to do it probably on Saturday, either the morning or the afternoon, but that one is flexible depending on my plans. I can always do it on Sunday, but that one probably I will do it over the weekend because I want to be relaxed. I don't want to cram it after work or anything like that. The second issue for me that I can see happen is consistency over 3 months, because yes, it's a 3 months journey and you're supposed to be obviously consistent with it. You're supposed to keep going, not really skip a day, especially with the morning pages. So I see this would be an issue for me, and that at some point I will just want to quit. Julia Cameron says that you will go through kind of an emotional roller coasters. There will be times where you're really engaged, really hopeful, really active and energetic, and others where you're like, I don't see the point of all of this, it's getting difficult, why do I have to do it, why can't I just stop? For me at least, it's about being aware that my emotions will fluctuate like this, and just say that I remind myself that I'm making this commitment to get to the end of the journey, and I'm actually curious to see what will happen at the end of the journey if I stick to it. Maybe nothing happened, but I don't know, everyone says this is quite life-changing or whatever, so yeah, so just reminding that. And the third thing is about being flexible. So I am not a very rigid person, but I can see like overwhelming myself about sticking to this routine, sticking to writing the morning pages right as soon as I wake up, doing the tasks at 6 a.m. and I will remind myself that it's okay to be flexible, that obviously the morning pages should be done first thing in the morning, but if one day I can't for a number of reasons, it's fine to do them early and things like that. So just letting myself get through the process with some flexibility. And the fourth, which is linked to this, is the issue of perfectionism, the idea that everything needs to be done by the book, in this case literally. That's not the case, right? So if one morning I write 2 pages instead of 3, it's fine. If I don't read all the chapters, it's fine. If I don't do all the exercises, it's fine. If sometimes the artist date is not that creative and I just take myself out for a coffee and stare at the people around me, that's also fine. So yeah, just try to contain the issue to do everything perfectly, and remind myself that the important thing is to stick with it for 3 months, get at the end of the journey and see what happens. So with that being said, one of the aspects is to sign a contract, which is here in the book. So I will do it now with all of you guys, and then we'll get started for the next 12 weeks with Julia Cameron and her artist way. So I'm gonna write this contract in pencil, even though it doesn't make it very legal, but I don't want to write with pen on the book. So I, Roberta, understand that I am undertaking an intensive guided encounter with my own creativity. I commit myself to the 12-week duration of the course. I, Roberta, commit to weekly reading, daily morning pages, a weekly artist date, and the fulfillment of each week's tasks. Well, I don't know about this one, but we'll see. I, Roberta, further understand that this course will raise issues and emotions for me to deal with. I, Roberta, commit myself to excellent self-care, adequate sleep, diet, exercise, and pampering for the duration of the course. I sign it and I date it with the European dating system. Sorry about that. And yeah, this is the contract signed. So yeah, I'm excited to start this journey. I will try to document it as much as possible. We'll try to make weekly videos maybe if they're interesting, but again, try not to be a perfectionist. If I skip some, it's also okay. See you soon. Bye.